could count on you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you. For it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me. Who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth. Still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs. Still jump through hoops for you. I thought we had a deal. 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 It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry baby. We'll be alright baby, yeah we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none, I owe my life to you. I thought we had a deal.
Leave me not ready to let you go, let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to St. John Live. It's been a minute. I've been gone for a few months, man. We've been busy on this side of town in Richmond, Kentucky. But we're grateful to be back. As you can tell, I got a new background, man, new logos, new everything. And, life's been pretty good. But we are back on track. Welcome. I know it's a different night. It's usually not the same schedule. But, my guest tonight, he works. And this was the only night he could get free. But, I am honored and I am privileged. And, if you've never heard of Willy Kay, man, if you've been watching my TikToks and my reels, Corbin, my 5-year-old boy, man, he's starting to sing Willy's songs, man. If you really get down and you listen to the music, I can relate to a lot of his music, and it's pretty powerful, man. And he's a young dude, man. And I just found out how old he was, man. And it's pretty powerful. And when I hit him up and I said, "Hey, bro, do you want to get on a podcast and share some?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And that's just amazing because most people that's in the music industry and they don't have time to carry a message. And people that's in recovery, man, that's been through the hell that we've been through, man, we've got to share hope to the world, man. That's why he does what he does. Is, he shares hope. He shares it through music. And, his music is pretty powerful, man. But I'm going to give some shout out here to my page sponsors. One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky. Josh Maxey and Daryl Hudson. 606-657-2750. All your Apple products, iPhones, Androids, laptops, whatnot, whatever screens, they could hook you up. Adam Larkin with Get Live Apparel. Check him out at getlive.com, man. On Facebook, he's got a YouTube channel. He's got an Instagram channel, the whole 9 yards. If y'all don't care, man, if you're a clean and sober, man, post your clean and sober dates, man. I don't care if you're out there drinking right now or putting a needle in your arm or whatnot, whatever, and you run across this video, man, please stick and stay and please watch, man. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to put mine in. We don't sit here and we don't judge, man, because, almost 8 years ago, that was me with a needle in my arm. And, that's what it's about, man. It's about hope. And, let us know where you're watching from. Put it in the comments. St. John Recovery, we have male and female beds available here in Richmond, Kentucky. We got Corbin's house, our male structured recovery home. We got Jasmine's House, our female structured recovery home. And we also have St. John Recovery and Behavioral Health Counseling opening up here in a few weeks. We'll be offering IOP services and, a lot of clinical services. But do me a favor, man. Let's hit the share button. Let's get this shared out, man, because, we're losing people out there every day of this disease, man. People are relapsing, funerals. I mean, we lost one of my buddies in Corbin the other day, and his next one was his last one. And it's sad because, relapse is not part of my story, man. And, I learn from them because no matter what happens in life, man, the next one it's not going to solve anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to face life. We got to keep going and just do the work. But yeah, hit that share button, man. Let's get this shout out to all the platforms. I know Willy's in the background here sharing it out. I see him working. I see you, Willy. Come on, huh? And but yeah, man, go hit his page up, Willy Kay. I'm sorry, Willy Kay. Hit him up, give him a follow, our man, and check out his music. But I'm gonna bring him on here in a minute as soon as I get this build up here. I'm gonna get some shout outs here real quick before we get started. Let me get back up in these comments. I got Carol Edwards. Hey, Carol, welcome. It's been a while. How you been doing? Let us know where you're at. These comments are going crazy. Tracy Cope, I see you. Curtis Collins, I love you, buddy. Blake Hamilton, I see you. My wife's in the kitchen. Shout out to my wife, man. She's got the babies in there. She allows me to do what I'm doing, man. If it wasn't for her, I couldn't do what I'm doing. And I love you, Marie. Thank you. Shane Wagers, welcome, man. He says, welcome back. Yeah, I'm glad to be back, man. Brittany Clemens out of Indiana herself. Jason Robin, I can't say that last name. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it. But Angelique, I see you. Bobby Rodell out of Michigan. What's going on? What's popping, big guy? Not much. Michael Chirac out of Oneida, Tennessee. Welcome. Watching from Illinois, 5,743 days. Deanna, where'd my comments go? Deanna something. I can't say that last name either. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say it. I can't read it. Christy Phillips watching from Irving, Kentucky. Oh, yeah, this Saturday at 1 o'clock in McKee, Kentucky. There's a recovery rally. Me and Adam Larkin and Kenny Daniels out of Somerset will be speaking. Y'all don't care, come out. Tamara Watt, welcome. Billy Dallarito, welcome. Cameron Arnold, welcome. Brittany Popes, welcome out of Richmond. She's right here in Richmond. Okay, I see you. NJ Sissy Beard out of Kentucky. Chance Viperman out of North Carolina. Let's see. Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. Kyle Kincaid. Mary Regina Stewart, welcome. But yeah, we're going to get in here, man. We're going to bring Willy on here and get this thing started. I don't know what's going on here, but if you can hear me, let me know you can hear me in the comments. If you can see me, let me know you can see me. Let me know if I need to adjust anything before we get started and before I bring Willy on here. Give me a thumbs up. Hey, glad to see you back. Yeah, I'm glad to be back, man. We've been super, super busy, but, we're back and, I'll come on and do live whenever I can. And, but yeah, I'm going to bring him on here. Willy, here we come. What's going on, Willy? Can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Well, awesome, man. I'm glad to have you on here, bub. Like I was telling him, man, just you being willing to get on here and just go live with us, man. I want to say thank you.
You're welcome, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, because your music's inspiring, and back to what's up, Cody? Welcome. Back to what I was saying, man. Like my little boy's 5 years old, and we drive down the road, bro, and he's like, "Daddy, Mommy, put it on Memories. I want to hear Memories." And like he can sing that whole song, and he's 5 years old. Like it's crazy.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I like that the younger generation, the kids, and I make music that kids can actually listen to in a family setting.
So let's get back to so you're 26 years old and you grew up where now?
Newton, Illinois.
Newton, Illinois.
Yep.
And like what's part of your story? Like what your music is about, I'm just going to say mental health, addiction, stuff like that. What made you get into that type of music?
Well, starting out, I guess, I don't want to make it too long of a story. I could go on for hours, but starting out, I guess, you know, I grew up in a pretty decent home. Went to church, had a pretty good family life. I'm gonna say more than pretty good. I was loved, that kind of thing, taken care of, um, never neglected in that sense. But then, like fifth grade hit, into fourth grade, beginning of fifth grade, and my mom got cancer. Um, and then she battled that until my sophomore year of high school and ended up passing away. And then from then on, it was just to the point where, I didn't really deal with it and I was young, that kind of thing. And then after that, um, you know, family life kind of went out the window because the way I was acting and who I was hanging out with, that kind of thing. Um, Mainly just drank at that age
Right.
and smoked cigarettes, that kind of thing. Um, and then went out to Montana and went to school out there because I wasn't doing good in school for those first 2 years of high school, so I never had any credits. So I went to Montana to a Christian children's ranch, lived there for 2 years. And yeah, I think it was good for me. I enjoyed being out there, but also wasn't good for me in the sense because I was cut off from the world, and really what was going on. And it was mainly just geared toward, I'm not hating on Pine Haven, Christian Children's Ranch. They did, they got me my high school education, taught me how to, do certain things and, work hard and that kind of thing. But being cut off from the world like that for 2 years, you don't, I was cut off to the point where I didn't even know what was going on in the world. Um, and for
Right.
anybody, that's not a good thing. And I get out and I'm 18 years old and I met my dad, my biological dad. He lives here in Indiana. That's why I came here. But I met him when I was 18 and I moved here and got immersed from living on a ranch in Montana with the same 60 people for 2 years. Um, you know, I was 15 or 16 when I went out there, and I get out of that at 18. High school education, all that's good. I moved back home, and I get, in Illinois for like maybe 3 months, and then I moved here to Indianapolis, and I just got immersed into a whole different culture, different people, and then really, the shit that's actually going on out here in the world. And I don't know, I came from a ranch, like I said, country as hell, then moved to a big city and quickly found out, what was really going on out here with people my age group. And then it just started with weed. I didn't really like weed, and then drinking, and eventually got into, ecstasy and MDMA or Molly, and um, then got into cocaine, and then it turned into crack, and
Wow.
then so I've never actually personally used a needle, and the reason being is I saw somebody do it one time, and I saw him pretty well die in front of me, and then Narcan and all that good stuff, and I just never was appealing to me. I don't really like needles in that sense, so I um, never done the needle, but I've definitely done my fair share of drugs and been addicted. Cocaine was my addiction. I never had a problem really with anything else. Speed, I guess, fast, um, anything really, ecstasy, Adderall, but cocaine was my main addiction. And when it got so bad, snorting all the time, um, I started smoking crack. Somebody taught me how to smoke or how to cook crack, and then I started smoking crack. So that's right then. That's kind of when I knew. I was like, damn, shit's crazy. I would literally get off work. I'd work a bust ass job, you know, drywall, whatever. I was doing small home installations and remodels. and I literally was making like $10, $11 an hour back in 2019, 2018, 2019, and I'd make like, I work 40 hours, $10 an hour is cash, $420, $400 at the
Yeah.
end of the week. And I literally drive from, I did a lot of work up north, Elwood, Indiana, Tifton, Indiana. I lived in Noblesville, so I literally get off work at 5 o'clock on Friday, go cash my check, 4 o'clock, go cash my check at the bank, and then drive straight to Indianapolis and blow, $350 almost on my paycheck on cocaine. And then, it was,
Yeah.
no, I did that for months, probably from, I'd say, July of 2018 all the way until about January of 2019. And
Right.
it just got so bad. I was just staying up for days. I look back on it now. You could always tell when I was on people could always tell when I was on speed or doing coke, because I'd walk around with a gallon jug of water, and it would be full, and I would never take a drink of it. I don't know why I did that, but it's just
Wow.
because I wouldn't eat none of that. You know what I mean? I'd go literally buy food at McDonald's or whatever, and literally just like walk around with it. People are like, "Are you gonna eat that?" No, I'm not. I'm not hungry. Are you gonna drink your water? You need to drink water, man. You need to drink water. I'd just go days, man, and just not do that, and then I'd get to where the point where I was like dehydrated and all that. And there's people out there who know me, who know my story, who were around me at the time. Um, and they would see me doing that stuff, and they were on their own kind of vibe, but it got to the point, man, where I literally there was a point I was living with some people, and I was so dehydrated and so, I don't know, malnourished and all that. I'm sitting on a couch, and I literally like laid my head back to try to fall asleep, and I felt like an electrical shock shoot through my body like anytime I tried to like almost fall asleep. And I was like, damn, what the fuck's going on with me? So I that happened for like a week on end, and then I started to have chest pains. So I went to the hospital, and they were like, "Man, you're dehydrated. Your heart's out of whack right now." And I told them about the electrical shocks. And they were like, "That's your body like trying to keep going. That's your body trying to like kickstart itself. Like it's pretty much telling you." I feel like whatever was happening, kind of those little electrical shocks were like my body trying to keep itself alive, you know. Um,
Right.
and it just got to the point where like I called my grandpa. I know he remembers it. I called my grandpa, and it's like 2 in the morning, and I called my grandpa, and he's like, I told him, I was like, "Grandpa, I want to quit this shit." You know what I mean? I'm crying. I'm going through it. I hadn't used in like a couple of days. I'm just like withdrawing super bad, and like, the reason I called him was I got super scared because I started to lay down on my bed, and I was watching the 85 South show. And I loved watching that show for whatever reason on YouTube. It just shit cracks me up, man. Those three guys. And I'm sitting there, and I'm in the bedroom, and I started to like fall asleep, and then I woke up. I felt like someone was watching me. And I was in the room by myself with the door locked. And in the corner of my room, it was like dawn, I guess. Like this was right before I called my grandpa. It was probably at 1, 2 o'clock. In the corner of my room, I saw this figure standing there, and I started to hear voices, and they were like telling me to kill myself, and like, you're worthless, that kind of
Wow.
thing. It was like whispering voices, and the thing in the corner was like it was like a Mad Hatter. It was a black guy. He had white eyes with a real huge hat on. He was like from floor to ceiling, so like 8 foot tall. He was in like a trench coat, like red boots on, and a red like corset, almost like a jacket. And he had a cane, and on top of the cane there was like a serpent's head, and it like didn't speak, but it spoke in my mind, and it was like, you need to stop this stuff. You know what I mean? You need to stop. And I don't know what that was. I didn't know what that was. I never really thought too much about it later on, but I couldn't call my grandpa, and he was like, he came up, he drove up from Illinois, and he saw the condition I was in, and I don't think he really knew what to do. in a sense. Like he just didn't. You never experienced that in his life. I think it scared. I know it scared him. But he kind of just told me, he was like, you need to just get your shit straight. Um, and I mean, I was just going through it at the time, man. And like I said, during that same time, those heart palpitations and going to the hospital, I missed a probation meeting. And when I went to the hospital, they flushed my system. And if I would have went at that time and took a piss test, I would have failed, obviously, but I wouldn't have went to jail. But that whole situation from that, like that next week, I literally left everything in that house, every piece of clothing I owned, every pair of shoes I had. I took a duffel bag with me. I took a couch cushion that I had that I would like lay on and hang out on. And I went out the bedroom window and I hopped in my 86 LeSabre at the time. I fired it up and I took off. And right then in that moment, that's where I started to like, I realized I was like, man, I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to go. And I slept in my car in the Home Depot parking lot for 3 days after I left there. I fell asleep and I woke up 3 days later and there was throw up everywhere. And just to be honest, man, I had pissed myself. I had shit myself in the car. It was just my body expelling that stuff. And I ended up going and getting some food or whatever. And then, like from that moment, I like realized I was like, man, I did good for like probably another. So that was January. I did good for like a good 5 months, and then I'd had like an incident at work, and I fell back into addiction. Um, and then I went to work release in 2019, September 4th, I think, of 2019, and that's when I decided. I was like, man, you're either gonna make it through this situation or you're not. And to make it through the situation, you got to stop using. A lot of people on work release, they still try to beat the system, and it just doesn't ever work. So that's the
Right.
moment that I realized. I was like, man, you got to turn it around. You got to do this. And I was having issues with it there at first. I stayed strong. I got through it, and then like around December and stuff, I was really feeling like trying to run away from work release, and I hated that shit. Like I hated doing that, but I had a decent job. The lady at my job, her name's Mickey. It was Ginger's Cafe in Noblesville. I worked there every day. She, helped me out, that kind of thing. And then really like December of 2019, I met my wife, actually in work release too. And I met her, and we both had the ideas of, we're in work release. We're not going to mess around with nobody. We're not going to, we need to do this on our own. I'm not going to fall in love with nobody, that kind of thing. Well, that whole idea went out the window real freaking fast the first time I saw her. I was like, man, here I am about to get involved with some chick in work release, another felon. I wonder how this is going to go. Everybody's like, man, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You guys are going to, she's
Yeah.
going to do whatever, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I told people, I was like, I was like,
Yep.
man,
Yep.
I was like, man, I know, like, I don't know what it is about this woman, but I know I'm going to end up with her no matter what happens. So that's kind of got my mind off of things. And we kind of like leaned on each other through that whole thing. We did good, man. We did good. We started working together and stuff were in there, and everybody was hating on us. And my wife's beautiful, and usually girls aren't beautiful in work release. So everybody's like, man, she's just in here, this and that, this and that. So we leaned on each other, and we made it through and made it to house arrest, both of us. And we were on house arrest, split apart, and that was even harder than being in work release, was us both being on house arrest in separate houses. So she was almost at the end. So like right around May, she came to the house, lived with me. We had her in a little by month-to-month apartment. She finally got finished with her stuff. She came to live with me. And then during that whole time, COVID was 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm in this new house. I got this brand new Buick. I got another car. She's got her van. We got a house, right? I've got all of this stuff. We got 3 cats, her cats. I hated cats. She moved cats in. Love them to death now. Still, I don't know how that happened. But she
Women.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I love cats now though for whatever reason. I like dog. I like all animals. I'm a sucker for an animal, bro. I don't know what it is. But when she moves in and COVID's in full effect. So I'm working at a place called Hiddle. It's a huge landscape company in Westfield, Indiana. And I get laid off my job. So I start to go back to work for Gingers. And then they pretty much, the mandates and stuff had everything closed down. So I didn't know what I was going to do, dude. So I started selling drugs on house arrest. I thought that was a great idea at the
Wow.
time. I thought that was a great idea at the time. And I don't like to look at it like this, but if I wouldn't have stopped working fully, I probably would have never got caught because it was supposed to be a temporary thing. But that little right that time period in my life that I look back on, this is the time period that I'm most thankful for right here. And from this on, my story, this is where it excels. I'm stuck. Me and my wife are going through it. Well, she wasn't my wife at the time. Fighting. I was dealing with some other stuff that were making us fight. We had a lot going on. Plus looking over my back on house arrest. It's stressful enough. Then dealing drugs and we both got shot at. We both had people try to rob us. Just looking over your shoulder. And then you're stuck at the house my wife's out doing this or going to these places to shop without me, or just there's a lot of stress on house arrest that you have to deal with as a person. Anybody who's been there knows that shit is not for the weak.
Yep.
It's not for the even the maybe strong. You gotta be fucking Hercules to make it through some of this shit sometimes. And thank God I remained sober through all that. And my wife, she hated it at the time because most people, they mess around a little bit when they're in house arrest, whether it's drinking or whatever. Dude, me, not happening. I'm so scared. I do not want to I never wanted that to happen. But at the time, I probably should have been drinking or doing something else because I was selling drugs on house arrest. So, that was smart. So yeah, great little thought process there. So I ended up getting caught. Somebody told on me. Actually, on the way to my house, that person was in work release. Somebody told on me. A week goes by. I didn't even know that they had told on me. A week goes by, 7 in the morning on a Tuesday. I remember it. It was a Tuesday. It was October 27th. I was planning this huge Halloween party at my house. We're going to have friends over. We're going to do Bob for apples, that kind of thing. October 27th, 7 in the morning. I just went to bed 3 hours before I was staying up playing Xbox. What was it? The Black Ops, the one that came out was like World War II or something. They had released a beta. I had ordered the beta. I was playing it. I stayed up real late. And 7 in the morning, I hear knock, knock, knock. So I look out the window. I lived above it. I had a garage and I lived above it. It was a 1-bedroom apartment above a garage. Right down the street from the police station in the town I was living in. And I see a SWAT truck with a bunch of G.I. Joes on the back of it. I call them G.I. Joes because they're dressed up and shit. It's just so funny to me. They have the full riot gear on and stuff. So I go down, I creep down the stairs, and I look out the window. I'm in my underwear. Dude, I remember this so clear. I look out and I see the facilitator of work release, the lady who damn near owns it, standing at the front door, 2 FSCs, which is a field service coordinator behind her. And then I see a line of G.I. Joes around the house. And that line went all the way around the house, plus cops. So I'm like, fuck. So I run back upstairs. I try to hide everything. And I knew what time it was. They didn't bust in the door, but I let them in because I was on house arrest. I had to let them in or else they were going to bust in.
Right.
And at the time, I thought they were just doing a home check, a routine home check. I was literally 41 days from getting off of everything because I had put in a mod. And I was about to get modded off on the probation. And like I said, the guy told on me. They did the little raid. They found a buku amount of nothing that they should have found when I was on house arrest. Dude, it was nuts. Pistols, all that. And I obviously went to jail. And dude, first week in jail, they're offering me 32 years. Dealing a Schedule 1 controlled substance, dealing a Schedule 1 controlled substance, possession, paraphernalia. They had me from a level 2 all the way down to a misdemeanor, B misdemeanor. They had a charge in each. So I'm like, crap. So they offered me 32 years, and I was in quarantine at the time because the 2-week quarantine thing. And I was like, dude, this is great. I literally cried. Like I literally cried. And my bunkie at the time, he was going through addiction. Like he was in jail, throwing up in his box because he was coming off heroin. So like, I don't think I've ever told anybody this, like this part of the story, but literally, like I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out. He's going through his thing. He's emotional, and I just went over there. I sat down next to him, and he was a Mexican dude. He didn't speak very much English. And he was about to get deported too, because he told me he was illegal and stuff. And we just sat there, and literally I prayed with him, kind of thing, and we sat there. And he was a weak man, like he was going through the addiction thing, and I just sat there with him. We sat there for hours, bro, and he just kept throwing up. And I really was like, damn, I feel really bad for this guy. So we just sat there, and we ended up, getting through it. And he actually ended up getting sent off to ICE. But those conversations that we had there, he was like, man, I want to get clean. It's just so hard. And I told him what I was doing, and he was like, man, that's crazy. They're offering you that much time. We just bonded, you know what I mean? And made quarantine better. I thank people for like that through my walk in jail. They may not have been good people, but in a situation like that, it seemed like pretty decent people. And never judge a book by its cover. I still try to live by that. So then
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in there for forever. I don't get a court date until months later. And they tell me I ended up having to do, if you know anything about, I don't know anything about down there, the felonies wise, but like you got level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then you have your misdemeanors. And the misdemeanors can be trumped up to a 6. Like you can do a year do 6, or 2 do 1 on a level 6. So I ended up having to serve out 2 sentences plus my third that I was in work release for, and then I caught the new charge. So I end up going to the judge on an open plea of 32 years. People are like, bro, you are freaking crazy. And by the grace of God, dude, this my same judge that I'd had and seen me mess up all these times, by the grace of God, he was like, this is what I'm going to do for you. And at the time, it sounded terrible, but he's like, this is what I'm going to do for you. You're going to do your backup time on your misdemeanor, your level 6. I'm not going to take any of your good time on your level 5. You just got to do the remaining 5 months on that as incarcerated. And then you're going to go to work release on your new, 8 suspend 3, 5 do 3.5. It's a level 2 brought down to a level 4. He's going to go to work release, and then you're going to do that. So I sat in jail on a misdemeanor, a level 6, and a level 5. I ended up finishing my level 5. No, sorry. I ended up finishing my misdemeanor, sorry, and then finishing my level 6, and then getting shipped off to prison for a very short amount of time, 41 days. Most of it was spent in RDC, and then on to prison, and then I got transferred back to the jail. Sat there for a little bit, went to work release. And that was March 3rd of 2022. So in work release, man, for 17 months, finally make it to house arrest. I've remained clean this whole time, still to this day. And now I'm on house arrest, but let's backtrack a little bit. Sorry, I went back to where I started writing music.
Good.
I'm in jail. This dude tries to rob me for my soups and, whatever people try to rob you for in jail. And we get in a little bit of tussle, and he gets put in seg, and I get put in seg. So I'm in seg, and I kid you not, people tell me, they look at me like, I've told this story a couple times. I didn't, and I credit, like, I know this is corny to most people, but like everybody has that one artist that they relate to the most, or they look up to. For me, and people are like, oh, that's kind of cliche, it's Jelly Roll. I did not know who Jelly Roll was going into jail, and I never had heard of this man in 2000. 2021, 2020. Never heard of this man, okay? I've always called my wife now, I've always called her Bunny. Like, she's been my bunny. Like, you can see it on my phone. It's saved as Bunny, all of that. I didn't know who Bunny was either at the time. And I'm in Seg. I'm looking out the window. And at the time, me and my wife were going through it, and she just couldn't afford to keep paying for 25 cents a minute jail calls. So I'm in Seg. There's a phone on the wall, but, like, she just couldn't keep paying. So I sat in Seg for a while. And this one night, I'm sitting there, and they have, like, the GTL tablets, right? And you're not supposed to have them unless it's your hour out, because 23 and 1, you're not supposed to have them. Well, I was like 3 people in Seg at the time in the whole block. The tablet was charged. It was my hour out. My hour out was during shift change. And I knew it was during shift change because I always did shift change at the same time. So I took that tablet, and they know when you're on them because they can see your name when you're logged in. So I take that tablet, I turn it completely off. I tear a hole in my mattress and shove it up in my mattress. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this during shift change. So I wait 2 days, and nobody comes asking for the tablet because there was multiple tablets in the block. I turn it on during shift change, night shift change. And dude, I swear to God to you, the first song that pops up, or the first thing that pops up was the album Addiction Kills by Jelly Roll. And I was like, man, who is this guy? So I started listening to it. And the song on there, I Need You, I listened to the first one, and dude, I literally just, I don't know how it happened by the grace of God. I got to listen to Addiction Kills and then a couple other albums. And I was like, dude, I relate to this music so much. I'm sitting there crying in a cell by myself listening to this music. Like, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. And I literally get the tablet taken away from me like 14 hours later. I ran up dead too. So I got to listen. I spent all my money too on there. So I get the tablet taken away, and I've always sang, right? And I always would sing, like, one of my favorite artists, Coulter Wall, Red Shahan. I think that's how you say Red Shanahan, Red Shahan, Brent Cobb, and then obviously, you know, classic like Kenny Chesney. Dolly Parton's my favorite female country artist ever, and nobody will ever top that. Right behind her's Reba McEntire. So I sat in Seg and would sing, and after hearing Jelly Roll, I'm like, man, I want to write music. I don't have any paper. I have 3 pencils though. So I start writing lyrics down on the wall and beating on the wall. And I swear to God to you, there was always these bunnies that would hang out outside the jail windows. They would, like, bunny rabbits. And it's snowing one night. This is in November. This is the last week of November during, like, the weeks of, you know, Thanksgiving and early December, and it's first snow on the ground. I tell you, it's beautiful, man. I'm sitting there. I'm writing Broken, my song Broken. I'm writing it down on the wall next to the window. I'm memorizing. I'm making the beats. And this bunny, you can't see through the windows, but I know on the outside you could hear. I'm beating on the windowsill, and this bunny's sitting there in the snow, and he digs a little area, and he's eating grass or whatever he's doing. And he's sitting there, and he's looking up at the window as he's eating. I'm beating. So I'm like, man, this is a little cool. This is cool. We're a little audience out here. So I should really get to writing. And I tell you, man, I stayed up and I wrote Broken. I wrote I Fall Down. I wrote One Lane Road. I wrote a few other songs that I haven't released yet. Wrote like 7 songs that night. And then for the next 2 weeks before I got taken out, I memorized those songs word for word every day. I just sang them over and over. To know music, you know, whatever. That's where, like, I started to write music. So then I got put back in population, and that was right before I had got sent off to prison. So in RDC, I met this dude named Jody Moore. You can look him up. He lives in Evansville, Indiana. He does, like, kind of R&B rapish. He's very talented. Or at RDC, man, you know, I don't know if you know what RDC is, but the way it's built, you got 3 tiers and probably like 70 guys on each tier. And I hear Jody sing for the first time. His name's Jody B. And he was like, he sang this song, is like The Girl of My Dreams. He's actually got it recorded now. It's very good. And I was like, man, who's that about? He's like, it's about my wife. And, you know, I would do range runner stuff. Like I'd go deliver waters and pass out food, that kind of thing. And we would sit out there and we would literally just like, he was like, can you sing? I was like, hell yeah, I can sing. So I sang multiple songs, and everybody in the block, dude, like every guy in there, for no matter where they were, they would listen. And they'd be like, do it again. And they're like, man, that song you're singing, dude, that's a good song. That's a great song. And I was too scared to sing my own songs at the time. But Jody was like, man, when you get out, I'm going to hit you up. Or when you get out, you need to hit this number up and you need to link with me and contact me. Now, this will go a little further. Out of all those people in prison, and I go back to, like I said, I go back to jail. I sing, I start writing more songs. I actually start to perform broken in jail. And all these guys in there from whatever walks of life, whatever addiction, whatever problem they're in there for, whatever it was, guys that hated each other, guys that were from different sets, you know, whatever they had going on. The songs like Broken and I Fall Down and stuff like that made them gentlemen in there, guys
Yep.
that were facing like years and sometimes life, would make these guys in there literally like the hardest guys, you know what I mean? Everybody acts tough in jail, would make these guys literally just break down and be like, dude, that's amazing. You wrote that? Like, that's my favorite song. You need to get out and record. And like, it was that moment that I knew. I was like, man, if I can touch these guys, imagine what I can do out there. Because these guys in here are
Yep.
just the people who got caught doing the same thing everybody else is doing out there in this walk of life. So I was like, man, this is what I want to do. This is like what I've been struggling with. I've never liked working 9 to 5s. I'm a very handy person. I can run backhoe, skid steers. I could freaking, I don't know. I can like concrete. I can do paved brick. I can do everything when it comes to manual labor, but I hate it. I hate that. I don't like working for people. I wanted to help people. I always told people I want to help people. My wife hates that I'm so good with people because she's not good with people. But people automatically just like, I don't know, in public and stuff, they just automatically gravitate and just know that I can like hold a conversation, or like people tell me all the time, like, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I'm telling you this. You know what I mean? So I like to use that to my ability, but like I had trouble with connecting with people. I can connect with you on your things and what you've got going on, but I can't tell you what I've got going on in music. That's the reason I do it, is to connect. Like that's how I'm talking to you. That's how I'm connecting with you. Because I'm not the person to get on there and talk like how you do the podcast and stuff. I don't know honestly if I could like host a podcast, cuz I don't know. I just don't I'm not geared in that sense. So the reason I make music is number one, to help people, number two, to connect with people, and number three is because I love doing it. Like I've always loved music. In high school, literally the people who, if you asked anybody from my hometown, like I was a weird ass kid. I grew up as a country kid. Like I lived on a farm, but there was a point in my life where I idolized Lil Wayne and Eminem and like, you know, um, Tupac and Biggie, and like I dressed like it for a while, and I listened to rock, I listened to country, I listened to everything, like such a broad spectrum, even opera and all that stuff. I just have an undying love for music. So, you know, that's the reason I do it. To loop back around, that's the reason I do what I do. I love it to death, man. I really like I can make no money doing it, and I would do it. Because I like seeing folks like that listen to I'm Found, and they message me and they're like, man, that song is amazing, dude. That song has helped me through my divorce or whatever it is. And I know some people might be just saying that, but a lot of the time, man, I genuinely feel like people are telling the truth when it comes to stuff like that. Because I know a lot of artists, when it comes to people messaging them, I've heard like in the artist community, like a lot of people say, I don't message people back. And I try to
Yeah.
interact with my fans and people who message me. My fans know that like especially in the beginning, when I'm Found was really taking off, I would post so many videos that people would send me. I'd always check my DMs, and I still check my DMs, but it's gotten to the point now where if like I don't see people's DMs, like they're not always popping up because my spam folder is like so overloaded. Like sometimes it won't even load. Like I go to the screen on
Yes.
Facebook and it won't even work. So I try to
Yep.
interact with fans as much as possible, and I've gotten videos from people. And one video that really sticks out was this guy, and he messaged me and he was like, "Hey man, I'm going through this right now. My wife or my girlfriend just died from an overdose," and he was like, "I was gonna kill myself," and I was on he was like, I was on, I think he said Spotify or something. And I'm Found popped up, and he was like, "Dude, no bullshit. Like I swear to God, like this shit saved my life." So he was like uh sorry, somebody asked what I was doing. He was like, "Man, this song saved my life." Sorry, I got sidetracked. The song saved my life.
You're good.
My neighbor came out and asked what I was doing. I'm in the car, so I was like, it looks weird in here. I'm just in here
You're
talking.
good.
He's like, "Man, that song saved my life. What yada yada. I was gonna kill myself. It just came on, and he sent me this video of him just breaking down. And I'm gonna be honest, I still talk to that guy to this day, like a lot. Like me and him chat, and genuinely feel like that's gonna be a huge friendship later on down the line when I'm able to travel and stuff. Because that's one of the main reasons, like the whole music that I love the music is because the people that you meet and the people that you connect with, um, and just getting to hear people's stories and you know getting to see kids. Like it's one of my favorite things is to see like a kid that don't even know what a song is about, or they're dancing to it or whatever. Like children are so innocent when it comes to stuff like that. um and I like that your 5-year-old sings Memories. Memories is actually about, a lot of people think it's about a girl, but it's not. It's about cocaine. um and
Yep.
a lot of my songs are about cocaine because that was the thing that ruined my life, or potentially could have ruined my life if I let it. But to anybody watching that's going through any of that, I have people close to me that are still struggling with addiction. And, you know, sometimes those people tell me that I don't understand. And I tell them, no, I don't. Because when somebody says, I understand, like, you may understand what you went through as a person, but you got to try to understand what they are going through, because your walk is not the same as their walk. And when they don't respond to you in the
Yep.
way that you think they should, you have to be sensitive to that. And I've struggled with that with certain things, because I don't like to like say I'm high and mighty when it comes to it, but I try to tell them about like just do what I did. Well, that formula doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? They tell me that formula doesn't work for me. My sickness is different than yours, and that's something I had to learn, because I did what I did, but I I don't know how to help in that sense sometimes. And we've talked about this, you know what I mean? I just when I talked with you, like I asked you, I was like, dude, what do I do? You know what I mean? And she's better. Like I really believe honestly now that she's better. And I hope, you know what I mean? Love her to death. But she I had to like step aside from myself and try to understand, because I kind
Yep.
of realized I was being high and mighty in that sense of telling her like, you just gotta like straighten up. You gotta just stop. And some people can't. Some people can't. Like me
No.
in the beginning, yeah, I had issues with like not doing it, but for me, like that shit was like life or death kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm a very strong-willed person. I can choose not to do that. Some people like, I know it sounds, a lot of people who don't understand addiction think that some people just, you can stop. No, some people can't. It's not they're addicted to the drug. They are addicted to the drug itself, but aside from that, It's the mental, it's the brain, it's the neurotic function. I think hopefully I said that right. Neurotic function up there. Something's amiss. You know what I mean? They have to. They'd have no choice. It's a sickness. You can't just stop having a cold. You know what I mean? Or stop
Yep.
having COVID or whatever it is. Stop having strep. It's the way you got to look at it. It's a mental illness. It's a sickness. Yes, they're choosing to do that, but they have no choice. And a lot of people don't get that. And I'm not sure I fully understand that either. But all I know now, this past week and this past week and a half, all I know now is like you just got to be there for that person. Whether it's getting
Yep.
them help, whether it's, whatever it is, man, you just got to like, if you love that person enough, you got to bite the bullet. But that person also has to realize that they need to change. That person has to accept that,
Yeah.
that they need to change. I've even been called a fake and a phony because of how I have viewed certain things when it comes to addiction and the choice and all that stuff. Because some people have told me like, dude, you just don't understand me. You don't understand my walk. You don't understand my addiction. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna be honest, like I made that mistake. I didn't. And I was just kind of like trying to help in my way that I thought was possible. So anybody who's obviously going through that, try to be gentle on both sides. If you're trying to help somebody, try to be gentle. And if you're having issues receiving the help, try to be gentle, try to understand that person too. But more so from the person that's trying to help the person who's not the addict or who, maybe has gotten through it and is just thinking, oh, you just need to do it this way. No, there's more than your way. I know I'm speaking to
You're right.
people. Like there's more than just your way. Um, so you gotta remain
You're right.
humble. You gotta tighten up. You gotta remain humble, and you know sometimes fast wins the race, but slow wins the race too. Sometimes. So it's
Amen.
kind of. I haven't let you talk much. Is there anything you want to ask me?
No, you're good, bro. But just your story, bro. At 26 years old, and what you've been through, you know, you're blessed to be where you're at doing what you're doing. And for me, I started at 21 and didn't quit till almost 8 years ago. I had it all from the car, homes, women, gold, money, Jordans, the whole 9 yards, to where I shot it all up my arm. I chose. I grew up in a dope home. I've cooked dope, hauled dope, sold dope, robbed for dope, been robbed, tied up, the whole 9 yards. Thank God I'm not a convicted felon. I never got caught. God was watching over me. But my point is, you know, I chose to get high, but once it got a hold of me, I didn't have the power to stop. It's just like if you got a 4-wheel drive and it runs on diesel and you put gasoline in that truck, it's not going to run for a while, right? It's going to spit, sputter, smoke, cling, clang, bang, bang. And that's what our body does. And you
Yep.
touched on some powerful points, man, because people that don't understand, they want to knock our heads off because they push us to the side like we're bad people. But
Yeah.
once it
Or
becomes
that
one
we're
of their family
worthless.
members, guess what? It's a different story. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But no, man, your story's powerful, man, and you're 26 years old, bro, and you have an amazing opportunity ahead of you. And I'm 44, and I've experienced a lot in life. And there's all kinds of ways that people take care of what's going on with them in their life. And for you, keep doing what you're doing because you can do what I do. I can't sing, you can. But with what I do and what you do, that's two that can tackle the world, that can touch a lot of people.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old and my 2-year-old. My 2-year-old little girl, Kennedy Hope, she sings your songs. So I'm saying this to say this. You're in Indiana, bro. I'm in Kentucky, and you're touching a lot of hearts down here, man. I ran across your song getting in the shower one morning, and I'm like, who is this dude, man? And I've done some research on you, and I sent you a message, if you remember, and you didn't answer it for a while because I get the same messages. If I don't read it right then, it goes way down the line, and people's like, man, you didn't answer my message. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm like, listen, bro, you don't understand. Like, if I don't
Yeah.
get it right then and there, it goes way down the feed. And when you answer me back, man, then you asked me to do this and do that. And I was like, okay. But for somebody at 26 years old, man, you're humble and like, don't stop doing what you're doing. The haters are going to hate you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to say you're a phony. Listen, bro, they trying to chop my kneecaps out. You hear me? Huh? But listen, man, I want to say thank you for coming on here. I want to say thank you for everything you do. You inspire a lot of people, bro, and your story is powerful because I've been reading the comments right here, man, and I never dreamed that you would have been through what you've been through. I see you, Kenny Daniels. Welcome. I love you, bro. But I never dreamed you'd been through what you've been through. But like, wow, I'm blown away. Um, and here's my invitation. I do a recovery rally every year in my hometown. It's called Hometown Hope, and it'll be coming up in 2024. And I want to invite you, full paid. I'll pay for everything, motel, the whole 9 yards, for you to come and perform. The motel's paid for. All you gotta do is bring something to play your music and sing, and I want you to be our special guest.
All right. All right.
Can you
Definitely
do that?
accept it. Yeah. When is that?
Awesome.
When
I've
is
not
that?
set a date yet, but I'll get. It's a Hometown Hope Recovery Rally in Corbin, Kentucky. I've not set the date yet. I will get a date, but I'll work around your schedule. When you're free on a weekend, it'll be a Saturday, and
Okay.
you know, I'll wait till you're free and I'll lock it in. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you in this year, bro.
Awesome. Awesome.
Bring your wife, bring whatever, whoever, however, whenever, and yeah, I want you to come because yeah. So I want. Can you sing for us before we shut down here a little bit?
Yeah. You want me to sing "I'm Found"?
Please.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get.
And I want to say thank you for reaching out to me and letting me help you the other day for what we talked about. And I'm here anytime, bro. No matter who it is.
Awesome. I appreciate you. All right. Let's find this here. See if I can get this to pull up. Trying to let this load here.
How far are you? You're fine. How far are you away from Lexington, Kentucky? What city are you in?
Indianapolis.
Okay, you're not that far. I used to make runs out of Richmond, Indiana.
Yeah, I know where Richmond's at. Let's see if this loads here. It's almost there. Sorry, I have this old phone that I'm on right now. Try to get this to. Can you hear it good? I finally found a way to break free. Now I'm standing real tall Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I was lost, now I'm found. Chasing wild lines, up all night. This ain't right, I'm speeding too fast. Hope I don't crash when I blow the stop sign. Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, on my knees, couldn't breathe, screaming out, oh Lord, save me. I finally found a way to break free. Yeah, I broke free. Now I'm standing real tall on my own 2 feet. I'm sober and I'm strong, living life as I should. I'm doing good. No longer a slave to your pain or your chains and the games that you played on my brain. I'm free from my past, I ain't looking back, that's a fact. I'm on track and I ain't slowing down. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I was lost, now I'm found. Couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, on my knees, couldn't breathe, screaming out, oh Lord, save me. I'm sober and I'm strong, living life as I should. I'm doing good. No longer a slave to your pain or your chains and the games that you played on my brain. I'm free from my past, I ain't looking back, that's a fact. I'm on track and I ain't slowing down. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. I was lost, now I'm found. Yeah, now I'm found.
Yes, sir.
I just got over a
Yeah.
cold. So.
Listen, bro, we're on audio, so but no, man, it's powerful, dude. And me and my wife's honored to have you this year, and we'll get it scheduled in, man. And like I said, we'll take care of you, and anything we can do to help you. Just like you got a future ahead of you, man. And don't drink out of the first cup it tries to give you a drink, bro, because
Oh, no,
make sure it's clean water that you're drinking. You know what I'm saying? And just keep doing your music, man. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And I'm super proud of you, man, for real.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, listen, man. You want to sing one more? Or you done for the night?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look here.
But y'all go check him out, man. Willy Kay. He's on. I listen to you on YouTube, but he's on Spotify. I mean, he's on Apple Music. My wife listened to him on Apple Music. He's young, man. He's got a story. And if you're just now tuning in, man, rewind and watch this. What is it?
I should have had this uploaded, but hold on 1 second. If I leave the stream on, if I go to something else on my phone, is it gonna mess it up?
It may take you out. I'm not for sure.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I might have it here. I should have had it uploaded already, but I didn't think about it.
You're fine, man. We ain't got to be perfect. We just showing up. You hear me?
I hear you. All right, let's just do this. Is it here?
Where do you go? There he is. Okay.
All right, well, let's see if I can. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. See if it'll work. This is just a random beat I picked. Alright, we're gonna restart because I think it's gonna work. Can you hear it good enough? Can you hear me? Hear the music?
Yeah.
If I mess up, sorry.
You're fine.
I used to sleep on couches, I was down bad. Remember times when I didn't really have shit. No money for a home, no money for some food. I was living like a bum, still acting cool. Didn't have a phone on an iPod. Wi-Fi connection down at the local Walmart. On a cocaine diet in the bar bathroom stall. Getting so high, kiss the sky and some toss. Smoking, drinking, popping pills and rolling. I was out of my mind, bad dreams and serotonin. I was waking up lost in the backseat of my car. Hitting wine lines and smoking blue Adderalls. Early morning feeding my paranoid screaming, my heart beating fast. And I'm having trouble breathing. I was knocking on heaven's door. On my way to the grave at the liquor store. Just killing me, I want some more. Burn bridges, no one left to call. Taking pills, trying to heal my scars. Up all night, please help me, Lord. I've been through it all, I've seen enough. Mixing up sorrow in this cup. Been locked down, I got caged up. So depressed, almost gave up. But I did it, I kept on grinding. I started writing lyrics and I fixed my mindset. I dealt with my pain, my problems, and my depression. Solving. Sorry, I messed up, but you got the gist.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
I just typed in emotional beat, pulled it up and see. Now I'm gonna have to record that.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it.
That's gonna be out there now.
Yeah, I like it. I can relate to the Walmart Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, the McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yep. Didn't
Well,
have
listen,
a phone,
Willy,
using an iPod, all that stuff, man. I'm blessed to be here.
Can you sing Memories? Hey, can you sing Memories? My 5-year-old's in there throwing a fit right now.
All right.
Corbin, Marie, sing Corbin. Y'all come in here. Corbin, come here and sit with me. Hurry. Here, be easy, buddy. Easy. He's going to sing it right now. Come here. Hurry, come here. Okay, you can watch him right here, buddy. Look, let me get him up here. Hang on. Look here. There he is. That's who sings Memories. That's Willy. Wave at him. Listen, there's your song. Wave at him.
I tried pills and I tried green, but nothing helps with your memory. And I tried drinking and I tried driving. You bet your ass at the same damn time. And yeah, I crashed, but not like you think. Cause I was way too drunk to find my keys. So there I sat in the driver's seat, just rear-ending all of our memories. Yeah, I'm drinking down your memories. Here you go, Corbin. So won't you help me now? Someone please hear my scream. I can't believe I let this girl play me. Painkillers, yet another doctor. Having died of liquor, life's getting harder. I'm standing on this ledge, I think I wanna fall. The pressure I'm feeling, I need to end it all. Yeah, I'm looking for a sign of some flashing warning lights. Just drinking down, drowning out all your memories. Yeah, I'm drinking down your memories. Yeah, and just drink 'em down. The liquor's working now. I don't care what I'm sipping, long as it pushes you out of our memories. So won't you help me now? Someone please hear my scream. I can't believe I let this girl play me. Painkillers, yet another from the doctor. I've been down in liquor, life's getting hotter. I'm standing on the ledge, I think I wanna fall. The pressure I'm feeling, I need to end it all. Yeah, I'm looking for a sign of some flashing warning lights, just drinking down. Drowning now all your memories.
Your memories.
Yeah, I'm drinking down your memories.
Sing for them.
And I tried pills and I tried green, and nothing helps with your memory. And I tried drinking and I tried driving. You bet your ass at the same damn time. And yeah, I crashed, but not like you think, 'cause I was way too drunk to find my keys. So there I sat in the driver's seat, just drinking down, drowning out all your memories. Yeah, I drank away your memories. There you go.
Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Tell
dog.
him, listen, tell him have a good night.
Have a good night.
You too. See you next
Come here,
year.
Kennedy. Tell him have a good night. Come here.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Tell him say have a good night.
Good night.
Here, go to mom. Well, listen, Willie, I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate you getting on here, bro. And I'll send you my number after this. Store it. And if you need me, holler at me, man. And I'll get you scheduled in, and I'll get us a date. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having you this year, bro, for real.
Awesome. I appreciate you.
All right. All right, man. Well, listen, keep doing what you're doing, man. If nobody's told you today they love you, me and my wife loves you, man. We love your music. Keep doing what you're doing, okay?
Appreciate you.
All right. We'll see you, bro. Good night.
All right. I'll see you.
Yes, sir. Willy Kay, man. Go check him out. He's on all platforms, man. But if you've not heard his music, man, he's got some powerful, heart-touching music. I know the music probably didn't sound too clear tonight, but, check him out. And, he's 26 years old, and he'll be our special guest, Hometown Hope 2024. But shout out to all my supporters, man. We're back. I try to go live back on our regular schedule on Monday nights. We got a lot of good stuff happening in Richmond, Kentucky. Shout out to you all, man, for, following us, supporting us, man. And, if you're struggling out there, man, there's help available. You don't got to go through the pain and the hell that you're living in. And, we're praying for you. If I knew this life was possible almost 8 years ago, I would have told you you're crazy. But this life is possible, so you're not crazy. But, there's life without drugs or alcohol, man. I had to grow up and become a man, become a father, become a faithful husband, and take suggestions from people. And, I thank everybody for that. But listen, we're going to close this out. I love you all, man. If you need us, hit me up, 859-300-1503. If you need help, detox, short-term treatment, long-term treatment, whatever, hit Willy Kay up. Hit him, give him a follow on his page, man. He's 26 years old. His story is unreal. Like, I never dreamed he had a story that powerful. And, I'm super proud of him. So we love y'all, man, and we'll see you next week, okay? We're out of here.
You ain't got cold chill, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Know where to turn.
I could really use a friend right now. Yeah, I just need a friend. I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now.
trays to him.